Hey guys, welcome back to my YouTube channel. My name is Tiannaholizki and I make fashion and lifestyle videos. So today's video is kind of in relation to my move-in series that is currently going on. Just a little recap, if you guys haven't seen my last week's vlog, I am moving out of my parents' house and moving into my own house. So I'm currently in the house now. I've been living here for 4 or 5 days now. And I have been receiving some questions through Instagram DMs and on my comments for my last video. And I thought I would address them in this video, do a little moving out, moving in Q&A for you guys. This isn't the first time I've moved out of my parents' house. I mentioned in my last vlog, I think, his last vlog, the vlog coming up this weekend, that this is the 5th time that I've moved out of my parents' house. I did 4 years of college and then everything happened, so I had to move back home. I lived there for a full year, so I'll get into the details after that. But if you guys enjoyed today's video, be sure to give it a thumbs up, as well as subscribe to my YouTube channel because I post a new video 3 times a week, and that is Sunday, Tuesdays, and Fridays. So without further ado, let's get into my Q&A. So I want to start this video off with kind of talking about my backstory of moving. So right out of high school, I moved out into some dorms at my college. I lived in dorms for 2 years, and I moved in with my... I'm so sorry that my dog is squeaking her toy. Good girl, Tika. I moved in with my boyfriend for my 3rd year of college, so the second diploma I went into, so when I started business, I moved in with my boyfriend. And then he finished his college diploma then, so he moved back home to start paying off his student loans. And then I got Tika, and we moved into our own apartment that was pet friendly. And then last March 17th of 2020, everything started. So I moved back home with my parents and I lived there until March 1st of 2021. And I'm now renting my sister and brother-in-law's house, well, soon to be brother-in-law. And it's great. I've settled in. I have everything in here. I started setting everything up, as you guys will see in next Sunday's vlog. So yeah, that is kind of the little quick backstory of my move-in life, of who I've lived with and who I haven't lived with. So let's just jump into the Q&As. I did write down a list of questions that I pulled from different DMs, different comments, things like that. So let's just hop into it. So the first question that I received is, why am I moving out of my parents' place? And the reason for that is that I am 22. I have lived away from them for a lot of the last 5 years, but then the past year I lived with them for a full year, and I was just ready to have my own space again, to be able to create YouTube videos and not have to worry about somebody making supper, talking, hearing me. I was very awkward in front of the camera in front of other people, so having that less stress of having other people hear me is really big when it comes to making YouTube videos. And also just having my own freedom to like cook meals for myself, do anything that I want to do without having to worry about like waking anybody up or things like that. So that's kind of the biggest reason that I moved out, is having my own freedom to do what I do. Not that I do a lot, obviously no one can. So the second question that I received the most of is, did I move out by myself or do I have roommates? The answer to that is yes, I did move by myself, unless you're like me and consider dogs a part of your family. Tika did move in with me, so she is my roommate, I guess. I've had her for 2 years now, almost. She's almost 2, and I wouldn't live without her. So yeah, Tika did move with me. I know that she does love living with my parents because they have 2 dogs, and then my mom's always home because she works from home. So I think that her living here with me, just me, is going to be an adjustment for her. But we do go visit my family every day. Like, I haven't not been there for a day. So another question that I did receive was, will I live in my hometown forever? So for those of you guys that asked, I am living still in my hometown, and I don't know how to answer that question. I don't know what the future holds for me personally. For as long as I can remember, I never wanted to stay. I had some bullies in high school, and it's such a small town. I love cities, but I don't know. It's a lot more affordable to live in a small town, and for what my dreams and goals are, I can achieve them here where I have family around, which I don't know, I think my mom really helped me open my eyes to what really matters in life, and that is more family than proving to someone that you can move out. I don't know. There was a whole thing that I went through deciding what I'm going to do with my life. And I realized that I can stay in my hometown around my family and still achieve the goals that I want to achieve. So to answer the question, am I going to stay in my hometown forever? That is a maybe. So who knows what's going to happen the next year, 5 years, 10 years, I don't know. So yeah, that is a very complicated question that I cannot answer until we get there. So another question that I have been receiving is if my boyfriend will be moving in with me. So this is another thing that we're trying to figure out. My boyfriend Cole is from Edmonton, Alberta, so a big city. Like, there's more people in that city than Saskatchewan, period. And I'm from, my hometown has 1,000 people in it, and there's probably 5 people that are my age, like born in 1998, in this town. Like, not many people stay here. So having relationships with people is kind of difficult when there's no one to have those relationships with. So for him to move here and leave all of his friends and family is going to be challenging if he does. So that's another thing that we have to figure out, is if him moving here is worth it for him. So hopefully he does. He's looking for jobs, he's applying for jobs, but that adjustment and asking him to come from, like, leave everything and come to, like, a small town, that's a lot to ask. So hopefully he can, and hopefully he wants to, but if not, then that's another bridge we'll cross once we get there. So another question that I've been receiving and I've seen other people answer on these videos is tips for moving in by yourself. I've become kind of a pro at living by myself, keeping myself entertained, keeping my mindset happy. I've created a list of 5 things, like 5 tips on how to live alone and make it work and be happy with it. Alright, so my first tip for moving in by yourself is to create yourself a routine. So that means getting out of bed, making your bed, showering, things like that. So always have a routine, because the worst thing you can do for yourself is sleep in till 2 o'clock every day, stay up till 2 a.m., 3 a.m., 4 a.m., whatever. Stay in your PJs all day, watch Netflix, whatever it is. That's kind of the worst thing you can do when it comes to living alone. It's a really unhealthy mindset to put yourself in. I learned that the hard way, is the importance of having a routine, getting out of bed, living your day-to-day life as if you were living with people, but just enjoying that time and having a routine. So that's my first tip, is create a routine. My second tip is to leave your space. So leave your apartment, leave your house, go for a walk, go get a coffee, go get coffee with a friend. Getting out of, like, when you live alone, you're alone with your thoughts all the time. So it's really important to take yourself out of that mindset, especially if you're a student and your classes are all online or something, so you don't have many excuses to leave your house. I have a job, thankfully, so I can leave my house, be with people, socialize, things like that. But it's really important to leave your space. So my second tip is to leave the house. So my third tip is kind of like the last tip, and that is to make plans with people. So make specific plans to see people. Have people over, host dinner parties, go out for supper, go for a walk, go for coffee, things like that. Make plans with people to hang out with them. I'm really bad at that, but thankfully I have my mom, so thanks Kim for being my friend that makes plans with me. Alright, tip number 4 is to get a pet. So living alone is definitely a lot easier when you have a pet, a dog, a cat, a fish, whatever type of animal you like. I have a dog. I love my dog. She is like probably the biggest reason that I stay happy and positive living alone. When I was in my 4th year of college and lived in an apartment building with my dog, it was so much easier because she'd force me to get out of the house. We'd have to go for walks. I had to let her go to the bathroom. And it helped me explore the city. Like, we'd go down to the river bottom and we'd go out to dog park. So we together would do things, which was really helpful when it comes to staying sane living alone. And my final tip for living alone is to find a hobby. So my hobby is YouTube. I love to create YouTube videos. I love to edit them, upload them, reply to comments, things like that. So that's my hobby. But to help you live alone is definitely to have your own hobby. Alright, so that concludes today's Q&A. I hope you guys found this video entertaining, found it, you know, got to know me a little bit better. And hopefully if you guys are moving out, this helped you as well to see what things that you might need to know before you move out by yourself. That's all I have for you guys today, so have a great day, guys.